I've finished the altered cigar box and the mini that I'm going to give to Kathryn for the virtual crop, on the beach on November 7th. So I thought I'd review the box and the mini. Let me get my camera focused a little better now. This is the altered cigar box, and I've used one of my mini books that I've made. This is the one that I made on the tutorial. These are flowers that I've used Velma's technique and some homemade shimmers, and I showed those on my YouTube tutorial. This is one of those gathered flowers, and I've used my homemade shimmers mist on those, and I used my homemade shimmers mist on these leaves. This is a button from my mother's button box, and these two buttons are buttons from my mother's button box. I always include those in my projects. I enjoy looking through the button box and finding the buttons that I think will suit on any given project. When you open the lid, here is the mini. I'm going to take the mini out now, and I've put some vintage looking paper on the bottom of the box, and on this side there's an expandable pocket for whatever. I just thought that would be a nice touch, a little vintage look there. And the mini fits right in the box just like that, and there's the closure. This is just an altered cigar box. And now for the mini. Let me set this box aside. This is the front page. I did a tutorial on how I added the closure. The closure looks a little loose now, but I allowed for putting pictures and so forth in the album. This is one of the mini books that I like to make. These are little charms, a little fan, a little heart, that sort of thing. The binding, I think, looks really, really neat on this book. This is a gate page book, so there's binding on both sides, and that's that wire and bead binding that I like to make. So we open the closure, and the first thing, we have two little gate pages, and I've gone for a real vintage look here. Each of these corners I've used the envelopes and the designer paper so that your tags can fit all the way down in the corners, and this is a picture of one of the tags, and this is the tag on the other side. There's underneath this flower, this is a doily flower, and I've used homemade shimmers on this flower, and this flower is mounted to an envelope corner so you can stick your tag in there, and there's also a tag back here. This is the tag for that page. And again, there's a little envelope corner underneath that flower so that tag sits securely in there. And this is the big tag for that page, and the back of that tag. And this is going to be a giveaway for the virtual crop that Kathryn will be hosting live on the Scrap Beach, and that's the 7th of November. You open the book like this, and this is actually I got a mini from Sandra, and Sandra had used some cutouts in my mini, and I thought that looked so nice, and so I kind of scrap lifted that idea and cut out some of the elements on the papers that match, and I used dimensionals and posted them attached at different levels. A little, again, vintage look on that. This is one of the folios I always like to include, and this little charm is attached with ribbon to the belly band. And this is what the folio looks like. I have all of these little embellishments attached with a little bit of glitter around the embellishment. And this is the back. I always distress the edges of everything. I go a little, I think, overboard, but I love to distress. And then that page opens like this. These tags, I've used feathers on this page and buttons from my mother's button box, and I've used, these are glass tiles, and this is the tag for that page. This has glitter on it, and this is one of those removable pages. You can post or you can add a picture, both sides as a matter of fact, on this particular piece of designer paper. Then you just slip it back in there, and I've used the envelope corners on that tag so that you could put something all the way in. This is this little page has some feathers on it. I thought that kind of looked appropriate with that particular picture. And this is a little corner again. And this is an envelope pocket, Laura Dennison style. I've kind of modified that pocket a little bit. This is a button from my mother's button box. And this, of course, is another corner where I've used the envelope for the corner. And I'll share these tags with you for this page. And that goes in that little corner. And again, that's mounted on an envelope corner. And this is the tag for the pocket in the back. And another tag for the pocket in the back. I just love these little envelopes that Laura Dennison, she has a tutorial on her blog for these envelopes. It's this style of envelope pocket. I think you can put a lot of pictures in that kind of an envelope pocket. And on this side, I have, again, feathers and this tag. And I have a button for my mother's button box, and these again are glass tiles. And here is the tag for that page. I have some glitter up at the top. And again, this is the back. This comes out, and you can post or you can add pictures to both sides, or you could add journaling or whatever. You could change it out. I'm not sure who's going to be getting this album, so I don't really quite know how they will be using it. And then this is a gate page, and so you're going to open this gate page up. This is a little tag that I made. These flowers, I've used the Velma technique. Again, this is the envelope corner. Got some ribbon, a little vintage look. This is the clear emboss distress technique. And this is the back of that. I've got a couple of little charms, little heart charms on that tag. And that just slips right in that little corner. This is the other side of that gate page, and I made some little frames for these little pictures. This is an envelope corner that I've added lace to, and this is the tag for that page. And on this side, this is the tag for that page. I've got a little half pearl, black half pearl, and that's the tag for that page. And this, again, this flower, I'm more successfully doing Velma's technique on the flowers, and this one's kind of gotten there. I've kind of used some lace and some braid on this page. I've used some pearls, and I have black pearls and white pearls. And then this little folder, it says chic, and you open it up. And some opportunity for journaling, and then you can place pictures or whatever in the center. Have a little lace and knotted bow there. I thought that looked kind of cute from there. And again, the pictures are matching pictures. I think that's kind of a neat look with all the pictures that are matching. And again, it's real easy to put these little tags back in these pockets when you use the envelope corners. You always have so many envelopes, offers you never intend to take advantage of.